The ACT Monologues. Bad Mother by Rosie Barclay. Performed by Christine Haggar.
I am a bad mother. I try very hard to be a good mother, but it just doesn't happen. I have 2 children, Kirsty, 6, and Kieran, who is 8. I also have a husband, Keith, hence all the K's, and his job enables me to stay at home where I can try to be a good mother. But I can't stop feeling that a woman on the wrong side of 30, with 2 degrees from a good university, should have achieved a little something more than this. What an ungrateful bad mother. Take yesterday, for example. It was World Book Day, and I didn't know it was World Book Day until a little voice told me it was, just as we were about to leave for school. And apparently they were both supposed to be wearing a costume of their favourite character. I should have known it was World Book Day. All the good mothers did. All the good mothers read the school newsletter. However, all was not lost, because a few weeks ago I did have a rare good mother moment where I tidied all the dressing up clothes and put them, labelled, into large coloured plastic boxes and shoved them under the bed. I rushed upstairs and scrabbled about amongst the cobwebs, tissues and socks. How stupid of me to actually believe they would still be there. But I did manage to retrieve a reindeer costume, which made a noise if you pressed its ear, and a Frodo costume with matching bag for the ring. Of course, by now it was far too late to walk, so we took the car the short distance to school. You should have seen them. Cats with beautifully crafted red and white striped hats, sparkly princesses, little and not so little mermaids, a Shrek, and more Harry Potters than you could shake a broomstick at. There was, however, only one Rudolph and only one Frodo Baggins. I left 3 Harry Potters and a Bob the Builder fighting over the button in Kirsty's ear, and Kieran waved furiously at me. His ring shot off at an alarming rate and took out 2 of the Harrys. "Your little boy looks very nice," a good mother asked. "Who exactly is he?" "Frodo Baggins," I proudly announced. The good mother stopped and stared disapprovingly. "Lord of the Rings?" asked the good mother. I heard the familiar intake of disapproving breath and braced myself. But isn't that film a 12? I took the full force of contempt with smug comfort, knowing that most of their children had actually seen that particular film at one of Kieran's sleepovers just before the zoo incident. That was another gem, the zoo. It was Kieran's 8th birthday, and I thought I would take all his little school friends to the zoo. What could possibly go wrong, I thought. In fact, it was a bit of a coup, because I had been worrying for months about what to do. You can't just have balloons, sleeping lions, jelly and ice cream anymore, what with little Johnny's allergies and not so little Harriet's phobia to anything latex. We had already endured a James Bond 007 evening with kids in full DJs and ball gowns with added chicken fillets, and Mr. Jolly and his jolly non-latex, no animals, all sustainable wooden magic show. Of course, the mother of all birthday parties was not so little Harriet's celebrity party. where some Z-lister with huge boobs came along with her designer-labelled brood and strutted about a bit. All the fathers tripped over their own tongues, taking far too many photographs, whilst the good mothers knocked back pints of flower remedy. So what could possibly go wrong at the zoo? The sun was out, but it wasn't too hot, and off we went in the local minibus. The first stop was a mixed species exhibit, surrounded by a moat, upon which swam a mother duck and her oh so cute little ducklings. "Look, Mummy!" shouted Kieran in his loudest voice. "Look at those little ducklings!" The children ran to the railings and oohed and ahed at this delightful but common family of wild and not at all endangered mallard ducks, totally ignoring the grand Andean bears and coatus who were mooching around on the other side of the moat. "And look!" shouted little Johnny. "Here comes the funny otter." "Yes," squealed not-so-little Harriet. "It wants to play with them." Alarm bells began to ring. Something told me that small ducks and otters do not mix well. "Look how it's playing with them, Mummy!" squealed Kieran with delight. Then all went quiet, and nothing was said for what seemed like hours. A little voice piped up, "Kieran's Mummy?" "Yes, Johnny," I answered nervously. He paused thoughtfully, and in a very loud and inquiring voice pronounced, "Why isn't that duckling wearing its head?" Harriet was then sick, and we all had to go home. I do try to be a good mother, I really do, and tomorrow is another day. Meanwhile, I have to turn Kieran's grey sports socks white again, stock up on ingredients for Kirsty's junior cookery class, retrieve Sawtooth from Kieran's bedroom before his friends come round, fill in another 10 school forms, write the accompanying 10 cheques, and try to find 5 a day. Oh, how I would like to meet the person that came up with that little gem. Would I change anything? Probably not. I just wish I could get it right sometimes. Oh well, life goes on, and one day they will both fly the nest, and then I can become a bad grandmother. Now I am really looking forward to that.